But here I am, District 47, beginning the farewell tour. I got invited here by Rick and Kathy Furbush, and they have me up. It's 6:45, which is 3:45 my time, to drive an hour to be on the news. But I love it. I'll be napping later.
L-Jet.
Leg it. Rick Furbush.
Good evening, Forts fans. High above courtside, here we are. 13909, jam-packed the Boston Garden.
Okay,
to see Darren LaCroix.
Tasha, the PRO, Public Relations Officers. We're going to this station this morning. We're excited.
TV? I'm there.
So here we are using the iPhone to make sure we make it to the TV on time. Working on emails while we're driving, because if I don't do that at a district conference, I get home and there's over 1,000 emails on Monday. Not good. So we'll take you behind the scenes at Fox TV. I even use the same music to get me psyched up for TV interviews as I do to go on stage. Simply the Best by Tina Turner. Sunday morning in Naples, Florida. Or we're probably not in Naples. Sunday? I don't even know what day it is. Friday, correction. Let's go check out the studio. Fox 4 Green Room. There's Kathy. She's more excited than I am about this. This is Scott Vail. Scott set up the Fox interview, and he is an entrepreneur, a Toastmaster, and what's your position at Toastmasters?
Division A Governor.
Division A Governor. So he made this happen. He and I are going on TV in just a couple of minutes. Oh, behind the scenes.
30 years. Started when I was in college on a kids show and worked out in New Mexico and did some movies and did some college teaching and came here as a morning feature reporter, and then they moved me up to one of the hosts of this show. Charles Kuralt.
Who is your favorite public speaker?
And here's how some of our great leaders stand taller with great public speaking skills. You're about to get some one-on-one training from the man.
I love that.
Tune me to Captain Heaven.
Oh, meet the master communicator, a world champion chatterbox. He's going to take the Blend stage today. But first, why don't we check out the latest news and the headlines and the beautiful local weather. Then we'll be back with the Blend right after the break.
Over on the East Coast, in case...
On our website. But now we're going to find out what Bill's up to.
I think Mr. Spine needs a big cupful of Sanibel bean coffee, Dr. Carter. That'll get him going. All right, coming up, you're going to get to meet this man. He is the world champion at something most of us would rather die than do. Most of us would rather be bitten by rattlesnakes than do what he does, and he's the best on the planet. You'll get to meet him. That's all right.
They need to rebuild. They need to think globally. So in other words, they need to start...
Taste in the kitchen. And then all of a sudden something else.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2...
Here's a question for you. If I asked you to get up and speak in a room full of people, would you A, run for the hills, B, break out in a cold sweat, C, hightail it to the bathroom, or D, all of the above? And you know what? You're not alone in your fear of public speaking, but we have just the duo that can help you with your communication skill set. From Toastmasters, we have Scott Vail, and listen to this, we have the 2001 World Champion of Public Speaking. He's also a comedian, Darren LaCroix. It's good to have you both here.
Thanks for having us.
You guys look like Secret Service, but with a splash. How are you?
Very good. Outstanding.
Good. Okay, a lot of people are saying, I've heard of this Toastmasters because you're all over the world. But what is Toastmasters?
Great question. Toastmasters is an international organization that this year is celebrating its 85th anniversary. And so they're the premier organization in teaching communication and leadership skills to people.
Wow. Who's the person who's the demographic that's going to join Toastmasters?
That's the beautiful thing. There is no set demographic now. The requirement for age is you must be 18 years of age. We have people all the way through retirement ages. Are perfect for all sets, all ages. It's a great demographic. We have them in retirement club. We have them in colleges, universities, hospitals, corporation clubs. So there's a wide demographic of people that can get involved. involved.
That's kind of like the major first Facebook, isn't it? I mean, when you think about it, it's such a networking group.
It is absolutely the very first social network, communication, the basic skill.
Very nice. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, maybe I should do that, but let's talk a little bit about how in the world do you become the world champion at public speaking? How does this happen?
Toastmasters International, again, started in YMCA in Santa Ana, California, 85 years ago, and now there's 106 countries we're in. But basically, the World Championship is a contest that they have every year. 25,000 people compete, and I was fortunate enough to win in 2001, and here I am. But that's not how I started.
Okay, how did you start? Let's go back. Let's go back.
Well, just like you, I started in stand-up comedy, and in the early days, I was driving down the road listening to his tape and said, what would you dare to dream if you knew you wouldn't fail? And I thought, I'd be a comedian. How cool would that be? Make people laugh. But then all of a sudden that little doubting voice jumped into my head, but that's not you, you're not funny. And so I tried stand-up comedy. I bombed miserably. When I threw out the punchlines, all you could hear was the ceiling fan.
Yeah, we've all bombed. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Or somebody goes, ah, and says something really hateful to you. Yeah.
But it even got worse. I remember one show, literally, I was so nervous before my show, I literally, yes. I mean, you imagine that 5 minutes before you walk up there and boom.
I just do that when I sneeze sometimes. But so what does the person do who's watching right now, our viewer, who says, you know, I just have to make a cold call, or I don't even like to meet people in person because I get so nervous. What kind of advice would you give someone like that?
Well, the bottom line is we have a fear of embarrassment, more so than speaking. So that's why it goes over all avenues, whether it's on a phone, in front of your boss, formal presentation. So we need a place to work on our fear, and that's where I found Toastmasters. I actually worked for Bose Corporation, the stereo speaker company. I got this newsletter about this thing called Toastmasters. What's that? And I started reading about it, like, hey, wait a minute, here's a place I could get stage time during the day. Comedy clubs are only open at night. So I found it as a safe place to practice, to be up in front of people where it didn't matter. So it was a safe environment. And there's clubs all over the world. You can just go to toastmasters.org and click on Find a Club Near You and go check one out. It's a great place to make mistakes.
So if people are saying, okay, but I will throw up if I'm going to, you know, there are people who say, I'll throw up. It's just going to happen. So they come to a Toastmasters and they're sitting there and they're like sweating. Can they just kind of hang out and watch you all do it at first?
Absolutely, and that's the beautiful thing about Toastmasters. It's the perfect environment for those kinds of people. You have people that are comfortable and people all the way down who've never spoken in front of a room before, let alone a crowd of 20 people. It's a very positive and encouraging environment that allows them to get in and get a feel for what is going on in a meeting. They can perform different roles. Maybe they're just a timer, timing somebody else giving a speech, or they perform as a grammarian listening to grammatical errors, trying to train and teach people. But they can kind of get their feet wet before they actually get up and speak, and you're getting great feedback from people in a positive environment who really want to see you succeed.
And speaking of performing as well, you perform out in Vegas.
Vegas is my home, originally from Boston, and Toastmasters, I'm here in town for a Toastmaster convention here in Naples, but literally it gave me a place to make mistakes.
Well, we're glad that you're here.
If you're going to puke, why puke in front of your boss or
Right.
something? Puke at Toastmasters.
Yeah, that's not attractive. He might frown upon it, or she might frown upon it. So, yeah, Toastmasters would like you to throw up there instead. No, it's good to have you with us. Thank you so much. And I know that there are a lot of people who would love to kind of hang out there.
Come join us.
Well, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
If you would like to join Toastmasters, find out more information about a location that's near you, you can log on to our website. Go to fox4morningblend.com. We will link you to their website. Bill?
And coming up, a TV star who makes us laugh also makes us think a little bit about plastic.
So here we are with Scott. Scott, how was your first time on TV?
I thought it was fantastic. Of course, I kind of just followed the lead of Darren, but it was great. It was very comfortable. And I will have to tell you that Toastmasters definitely prepares you for this, because to be able to get in front of there and just speak off that extemporaneous speaking from table topics really paid off.
Wow. It blew by, didn't it?
Absolutely. It went quick. You think it's going to drag and the questions are going to come to you in slow motion, but before you know it, they're saying cut and great job. It was amazing.
It's like, that's it, we're done. So, Channel 4 News, Fox, we were there.
You guys rock.
Yeah,
You
I
rock.
think you answered the question so expertly that people are going to swamp to our website and Toastmasters, and everyone will be happier. So well done, guys.
Yes, super job.
All right.
Loved it.